Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to the online training session. In this session, we will learn and talk about building inclusive workplaces, strategies for HR in managing diversity and inclusion. Today, our course title is How HR can manage diversity and inclusion in the workplace. By the end of the course, I hope that the participant will gain a deep understanding of diversity and inclusion, along with practical strategies to create inclusive workplaces and drive organizational success. Before we start, I would like to introduce our trainer for today. Our first trainer will be Miss Azwanika. She will cover the introduction and conclusion for this lesson. Second is Miss Shida. She will cover the objective of this lesson. And we have Miss Aisha. She will cover the issue for this lesson. And me, myself, will be cover the strategies for implementing diversity and inclusion. And last, we will have Miss Fazila to cover the topic of the importance for these lessons. And one more thing, before we start, let's take a look to this video. Happy watching!
Assalamualaikum. Hi, I am Azwanika Azlia Adnan. So today I will give you a bit of introduction about our training. So in today's dynamic and interconnected global business environment, diversity and inclusion have become critical elements for the success of any organization. Human resource play a pivotal role in fostering a workplace culture that value and celebrate diversity. Managing diversity and inclusion is not just a moral imperative, but it also brings about numerous benefits, including improved innovation, employee satisfaction, and overall organization performance. Diversity in the workplace involves difference in race, ethnicity, gender, age, sexual orientation, abilities, and more. Inclusion, on the other hand, involves creating an environment when all individuals feel valued, respected, and have equal access to opportunity for personal and professional growth. Diversity and inclusion training is an organized program that aims to promote awareness and understanding of how people with different backgrounds, age, culture, races, genders, sexuality, religions, and beliefs can best work together pleasantly. It aims to highlight areas where people might hold bias or outdated beliefs, provide information to help counter those biases, and overall train people to hear and treat their fellow colleagues with respect and to make all workers feel valued despite of their work scope. An effective diversity and inclusion training program will teach employees how to recognize bias within themselves or others and show them how they can unlearn negative behaviors associated with it. It will also provide information that highlights the positive ways the changes in behavior can affect themselves, their colleagues, and their organization. For this training, we have set goals and strategies that works for both employees and organization by aiming to create more harmonious workplace by increasing employees' knowledge and awareness of other differences while delivering information about how people behavior can change to be more inclusive. Thank you.
Diversity and inclusion have grown in importance as a component of organizational strategy in recent years. Additionally, HR function is now more important than ever as businesses strive to build a more inclusive and diverse workforce. We will discuss HR role in diversity and inclusion as well as the action HR professionals may take to encourage this issue at work. HR is a key player in these activities. HR specialists can collaborate with top management to establish the company's diversity and inclusion objectives and principles. They can assist in developing guidelines and practices that further these objectives. HR also can create training and courses to assist staff members in comprehending diversity and inclusion.
Workplace diversity encompasses diverse individual differences, including race, ethnicity, gender, age, sexual orientation, religion, disability culture, education, and experience, fostering a diverse and inclusive work environment. The primary objective of implementing diverse workplace practice is to foster respect for all individuals irrespective of their differences. Workplace diversity is crucial in today's business environment as it allows companies to benefit from diverse viewpoints and perspectives. Gender diversity refers to the representation of individuals who identify as male, female, non-binary, or gender non-conforming in the workplace. Gender diversity in companies promotes equality, combats bias, and enhances perspectives, leading to better financial performance and innovative problem solving through more women in the leadership positions. Gender diversity offers advantages, but women and minorities still face significant challenges in the workplace, including unequal pay, lack of investment, opportunities, and harassment or discrimination. Race and ethnicity diversity in the workplace involves incorporating individuals from diverse backgrounds, ensuring equal opportunities for all employees regardless of their background. Integrating racial and ethnic diversity in hiring practices is crucial for combating racism, fostering a sense of belonging, and incorporating unique cultural perspectives. A diverse sales team enhances company understanding and customer connection, but achieving racial and ethnic diversity in the workplace can be challenging due to systematic barriers and discrimination. The representation of various age groups in the workforce is referred to as age diversity. Workers of all ages, from recent graduates to veteran employees, are present in a diverse workplace. Having a diverse age group can promote more creative and informed decision making if organizations can implement a variety of strategies to attain age diversity, such as providing flexible work schedules, mentorship, and intergenerational collaboration opportunities, and age diverse training and development programs. Furthermore, obtaining age diversity in the workplace may be significantly hampered by age discrimination. While younger workers might be perceived as less competent or experienced, older workers might encounter prejudice that keep them from being hired or promoted. Religious diversity in the workplace involves promoting inclusivity and welcoming employees from diverse religious backgrounds, allowing space for spiritual practices and holidays. It can be difficult to achieve religious diversity in the workplace because of biases and early instruction. Employers are unable to take a stand by requiring religious accommodations from staff members, providing cultural sensitivity training, and cultivating an inclusive workplace environment that values and honors various religious customs. A diverse team of engineers, for instance, may produce more creative solutions that take into account various cultural and religious viewpoints. The term disability diversity describes how many people with disabilities are employed. A diverse workforce offers equal opportunities to all workers regardless of ability and includes people with various physical, sensory, and intellectual disabilities. If firms can offer employees with disabilities reasonable accommodations, disability inclusion training, and an accessible work environment, they will be able to achieve disability diversity. Companies can foster a more inclusive work environment for all employees, regardless of ability, by fostering a culture that values and celebrates the diversity of people with disabilities. Last but not least, the individuals in leadership roles are among the diversity examples in the workplace that are frequently disregarded. The representation of various identities and backgrounds in leadership roles within an organization is referred to as leadership diversity. If organizations are able to establish diversity goals or quotas for leadership roles, give underrepresented groups access to leadership development opportunities, and foster an environment that embraces and values diversity in all its manifestations, all of which meritocracy and accomplish while still holding people accountable. Unconscious biases in diversity and inclusion refer to automatic and subconscious biases that individuals hold, often without being aware of them, which can influence their thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors towards people from different backgrounds or identities. These biases can lead to unintentional discrimination, exclusion, and unequal treatment. Here are a few examples of unconscious biases that can affect diversity and inclusion efforts. First of all, the implicit associations bias occurs when individuals unintentionally associate certain groups with positive or negative characteristics, such as gender discrimination in the workplace. Secondly, confirmation bias is the tendency to look for or interpret data in a way that supports preconceived notions or biases. It might result in the continuation of discriminatory actions by ignoring data that challenges preconceived notions or biases. Similarity is the tendency for people to favor and feel more at ease around others who share their experience, background, or physical attributes. It may lead to a preference for people who are similar in terms of gender, race, or socioeconomic status, which could impact efforts to promote diversity and inclusion. The tendency to form general conclusions about someone based on one admirable qualities or traits is known as the halo effect. For example, ignoring other pertinent information in favor of the assumption that someone who attends a prominent university is more capable and qualified. Stereotyping is the process of generalizing or making assumptions about members of a specific group to other members of that group. For an example, presuming that all senior employees are reluctant to change, or that people from certain racial or ethnic groupings have specific psychological qualities. Even though these biases are unintentional or unconscious, they can nevertheless have a big influence on the diversity and inclusion initiatives. In order to create an environment that is more inclusive and equitable, is it imperative to acknowledge and correct these biases.
After knowing the issue, it is very important for the HR to know the strategies to overcome and manage the issue highlighted in this lesson. Implementing effective strategies for diversity and inclusion in the workplace is crucial for creating an inclusive culture where all employees feel valued and supported. There are three strategies that we can highlight to help HR manage diversity and inclusion in the workplace. The first one is establish a diverse and inclusive culture. The second is provide diversity and inclusion training. And the last is implement diversity and inclusion metrics. To begin, it is crucial for organizations to integrate diversity and inclusion into their mission, values, and strategic goals. By making diversity and inclusion part of the organization's core identity, it becomes a shared commitment that guides decision making and shapes the overall culture. This sends a clear message that diversity is not merely a buzzword, but a fundamental principle that the organization stands for. Next, organizations must develop policies, guidelines, and practices that foster an inclusive culture. These policies should address diversity in all its aspects, including but not limited to race, ethnicity, gender, age, sexual orientation, religion, and disabilities. It is essential to ensure that these policies are consistently implemented across the organization, leaving no room for discrimination or bias. Diversity and inclusion training is a powerful tool that helps employees recognize and address unconscious biases. By raising awareness about these biases, individuals can become more mindful of their own thoughts and actions, allowing them to make fairer and more equitable decisions. This training helps create a more inclusive work environment where everyone feels valued and respected. In addition to addressing biases, diversity and inclusion training programs promote inclusive behaviors. They provide employees with the knowledge and skills needed to interact respectfully and effectively with colleagues from different backgrounds. By fostering an understanding of diverse perspectives, these programs encourage collaboration, creativity, and innovation within teams, leading to improved overall performance. Implementing diversity and inclusion metrics is a powerful way to measure progress and ensure accountability. By tracking the representation of diverse employees at all levels of the organization, we can identify areas for improvement and set targets to increase diversity in leadership positions. This allows us to create a more inclusive and equitable workplace that reflects the diverse communities we serve. Monitoring employee satisfaction and engagement is another critical aspect of diversity and inclusion metrics. By regularly assessing how employees feel about their workplace experiences, we gain insights into whether our diversity and inclusion initiatives are effective in creating an inclusive environment. This feedback helps us adapt and tailor our strategies to meet the needs and expectations of our diverse workforce. That's the three strategies that I can give to help HR managing diversity and inclusion at the workplace. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dayangku Fatzila and I will be talking about the importance of diversity and inclusion in the workplace. I have listed some of the importance. Firstly, it enhances creativity and innovation. Imagine a workplace as a canvas where every color, every stroke represents a unique perspective. Diversity is our palette and inclusion is the brush that brings these elements together. This synergy births creativity and innovation. Numerous studies affirm that diverse teams spark creative thinking. By embracing varied viewpoints and experiences, we cultivate an environment where innovation flourishes. It's not just about different voices, it's about orchestrating a symphony of ideas that resonate with success. Next, let's shift our focus to decision making. Diversity isn't just a checkbox, it's a dynamic force that enhances the quality of our decisions. Picture a decision-making table where each seat represents a different background, a different set of experiences. Research consistently demonstrates that diverse teams make better decisions by weaving together insights from various walks of life. We create a decision-making fabric that is resilient, adaptable, and well-informed. This isn't just a theory, it's a practical approach that empowers our organization to navigate challenges with clarity and confidence. My next point is it increases employee engagement. Shifting our focus to the heartbeat of any organization or its people. Employee engagement is more than a buzzword. It's the lifeblood that pumps vitality into our workplace. Picture a workplace where every employee feels not just acknowledged but truly valued. This is the result of fostering diversity and inclusion. When individuals see their unique contribution recognized and respected, they become more than employees. They become engaged contributors to our shared success. Next, it offers the employee the sense of belonging. At the core of employee engagement is the sense of belonging. When diversity is embraced and inclusion is the norm, employees feel a sense of belonging. It's not just about having a seat at the table, it's about feeling welcome and accepted. Research consistently shows that employees who feel they belong are more engaged. They are invested not just in their tasks, but in the collective goals of the organization. This emotional connection transforms a job into a meaningful journey. And lastly, productivity and innovation. Engaged employees are not just present, they are active participants in the organization's growth. Diversity and inclusion empowers employees to bring their whole selves to work, fostering an environment where creativity and innovation thrive. A Gallup study found that highly engaged teams show 21% greater profitability. It's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter, fueled by sense of purpose and the freedom to express diverse perspectives. As we invest in diversity and inclusion, we are not just cultivating a workforce, we are nurturing a community where each member is an integral part of our shared success. That is all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, diversity inclusion training is stand as a fundamental investment in the future success and sustainability of any organization. By fostering a culture that values difference, recognize individual contributions, and promote equal opportunities, business can unlock a wealth of benefit. Through these trainings, employees gain awareness of unconscious biases, develop cultural competence, and learn the skills needed to create inclusive environments. The impact of diversity and inclusion training extend far beyond compliance requirements. It is a catalyst for innovation, improve employee satisfaction, and enhance organizational performance. As organizations continue to navigate the complexities of the globalized workforce, the ability to embrace diversity and inclusion become a strategic advantage. Ultimately, diversity and inclusion training is a journey, not a destination. It requires ongoing commitment, adaptability, and genuine dedication to fostering an inclusive workplace where everyone feels valued and empowered. As individuals, teams, and organizations evolve, the principles learned in diversity and inclusion training become embedded in the organizational DNA, contributing to a more resilient, adaptable, and forward-thinking workplace. Through collective efforts, we can build a future where diversity is not only acknowledged but celebrated, creating a rich tapestry of perspectives to propel us towards greater success and unity.